We brought Andrew in to help us with compliance around the broader public sector procurement directives. Certainly that was a new thing that none of us were really comfortable with, hospitals in general, I mean, and it was really useful to have somebody come in and help us to understand what the directives were requiring of us, and really to work with us to get processes and look at the ways the things that we needed to put in place to actually achieve compliance overall. So that was the driving force around it. I think that what we've seen subsequent to that is that Andrew's really brought a lot of value in terms of how he's looked at not just those processes, but really how he can add efficiency and increase productivity by looking at them from a broader than compliance perspective. So we've really seen a lot of value from that perspective. He acted as a support to our finance department and the procurement people that we were dealing with in the finance area. So we used him as a resource rather than necessarily the person driving this through the organization, but he was able to help us to look at messaging and to do the right things in terms of how we got people to understand the procurement directives and what was required of the organization and them in particular. We did have him do some educational sessions, some broader educational sessions for some targeted groups that we were trying to, I guess that we had some particular challenges with. So our research area, where they have some very unique needs from a procurement perspective in both the way they do things and the things that they're looking to procure. So he was really useful in putting him out in front of them and providing them with some education on the directives and how to utilize the directives and still get what they needed to get done in the ways that they needed to do it. So he sort of acted in both ways, a bit behind the scenes and a bit out front in terms of our users. Well, I think that he's given us a lot of value in the sense of the understanding of what we need to do, and he's raised the level of confidence of the finance staff, certainly in their ability to deal with the issues that are present and how they can ensure that there's the right compliance and the right processes in place. And he's actually, in some ways he's challenged the finance folks to really think about these issues, and so in some ways they've used him a lot less of late. They've been able to troubleshoot and to think about what needs to happen and how it needs to happen, and they're using him more as a sort of a sounding board to deal with those very specific issues, those unique things that they haven't seen before. So he's really helped us to learn and to understand. He's also He's done a lot of work that really is about helping us to set policy, and he's pushed very hard in us understanding our internal productivity and why we're doing things. He's still on contract with us, and one of the things that we're doing over the next few months is having him participate in the review of some work that internal audit is doing to look at the procurement processes and our interfaces with accounts payable, and to really understand how we can get even more value from those processes. So that's sort of the next phase of his work, is to focus even more on those challenges and those opportunities that we have.